The desert sun was already blazing when I heard the first clang. At first, I thought it was the wind knocking loose one of the new solar panels I'd installed on my ranch barn roof. But then came another clang. It was followed by a grating metallic screech, and then, unmistakably, a voice called out, "Don't worry, I'm saving the neighborhood." I froze mid-step. Oh no, not again. It was Samantha, the self-appointed president. She was leading an HOA that had been trying to regulate my private ranch for 6 months, despite the fact that my property was miles outside their jurisdiction. When I rounded the corner, my jaw dropped in shock. There she was, standing on top of my barn roof, wearing gardening gloves, a floppy hat, and holding a crowbar. My solar panels, the $70,000 renewable setup I'd installed last spring, were half ripped off on the ground. "Samantha," I shouted, "what the hell are you doing on my roof?" She looked down with that smug grin that could curdle milk. "Removing these illegal eyesores," she said. "They're disturbing the neighborhood aesthetic." "The what neighborhood?" I barked. "We're in the middle of 120 acres of cattle pasture." She folded her arms, wobbling slightly on the roof. "The HOA recently voted to expand our boundaries to cover your entire ranch. That means your ranch falls under community guidelines now, and solar panels are not approved materials." I blinked. "Samantha, you can't just vote to take over private land." "Oh, we can," she said, very confidently. And we did. "These panels are violating Article 7, reflective hazards and unauthorized structures. Consider this a community service." At that moment, there was a loud crack as one of the roof beams shifted under her. She yelped and scrambled for balance, accidentally yanking another solar panel clean off the rack. It hit the ground with a thud that made me wince. I sighed, pulled out my phone, and immediately pressed record button. "You're trespassing, vandalizing private property, and damaging a federally subsidized solar installation. You might want to climb down." Samantha scoffed. "Federally subsidized? You bought cheap junk off Amazon." I smiled slowly. "Actually, Samantha, those panels are part of a Department of Energy Rural Clean Initiative. They're registered. You just destroyed federal property." Her face went pale. "That's not possible." "Want to bet?" I said, dialing the sheriff's office. 10 minutes later, 2 deputies rolled up, followed by a black SUV with tinted windows. Out stepped a man in a suit, flashing a Department of Energy federal badge. Samantha's jaw dropped. "Wait, this is a mistake." I was trying to enforce HOA bylaws. The agent turned to me. "You, the property owner?" "Yes, sir. Got it all on video too," I said, handing my smartphone to him. He watched 30 seconds of Samantha ripping and prying with a crowbar, then nodded. "Ma'am, you're under investigation for destruction of federally protected renewable energy infrastructure." Stepped down from the roof. Samantha started babbling. No. You don't understand. I'm protecting the neighborhood from unsightly tech." The deputy sighed. "Ma'am, get down before you fall, or we call the fire department." She climbed down. One of the federal agents took photos of the damage. Torn wires, shattered panels, and the crowbar she'd used. Within the hour, Samantha was sitting on the tailgate of the deputy's truck, red-faced and very angry. I was trying to help. "You people don't understand community order." I leaned against the fence. "Samantha, the only thing you understand is how to ruin your own day." The agent smirked at her outrageous excuse. "Ma'am, interfering with a federal energy project can carry up to 10 years in prison or a fine exceeding $250,000. She blinked, $250,000. For a few panels, I shrugged. "Read my bylaws first." The sheriff came over, shaking his head. "We're impounding her vehicle. You'll get the official report this afternoon, by evening." Samantha was featured on every single local television news broadcast in town. The headline read, "Local HOA President Arrested for Damaging Federal Solar Property. Claims she was protecting neighborhood aesthetics." The HOA board dropped her the next day. Her house was put up for sale fast. And as for me, I got full reimbursement for the damage, plus a grant to expand my solar field, courtesy of the DOE. Now, when the sun hits my new panels, I swear I can hear them hum like true freedom itself. And every time a car passes the ranch, the reflection bounces straight into what used to be Samantha's front yard. It is a subtle little reminder that some people just cannot handle the real power of the law.